Once upon a time, deep in the African forest, lived many animals under the wise laws of the jungle. There were elephants, wolves, monkeys, snakes, and even a mighty tiger named Shere Khan. Not far from the forest, there was a small human village. The people lived close to nature but feared the jungle. One silent night, the lame tiger, Shere Khan, crept near the village. His injured leg made him slow and bitter. He was hungry and angry. Tonight, he growled, I will hunt man for food. His sly companion, the jackal named Tabaqui, followed him, wagging his tail and whispering, Yes, master, yes. Shere Khan leaped into the village with a roar, but in his rage, he jumped into the red flower, the human's fire. He screamed in pain as the flames burned his fur. Tabaqui howled and ran. The villagers shouted and threw torches. Up on a rocky hill, Raksha, the mother wolf, was watching with her cubs. Look at that coward, she said softly. He calls himself the Lord of the Jungle, yet he hunts the weakest ones, humans. Soon, the forest grew quiet again. The stars shone over the sleeping trees. Suddenly, a rustling came from the bushes near Raksha's cave. Father Wolf rose, ready to leap. Out of the bushes crawled a small, naked child, a human baby. His eyes were wide and curious. Raksha's heart softened. A man cub, she whispered. He has come to us on his own. She lifted the baby gently with her mouth and carried him inside the cave. I will keep him, she said. He will live and grow as one of my own children. I will name him Mowgli. Father Wolf frowned. Raksha, the pack may not accept a man cub. The laws are old and strict. Raksha smiled calmly. Then let them see the courage of a mother. Behind the rocks, Tabaqui was watching and grinning. He ran off to tell Shere Khan about the man cub. Master, master, he cried. There's a human baby in the wolf's cave. Shere Khan roared with rage. A man cub? Mine. Bring me that child. He limped through the forest, his burnt leg dragging through the leaves, until he reached the wolf's den. Raksha, he growled, give me the man cub. He belongs to me. Raksha stepped out, her eyes shining in the moonlight. Go away, you lame coward. He is my son now. Shere Khan snarled, but her voice made him hesitate. You dare defy me? Yes, she said, baring her teeth. Leave before I tear you apart. The tiger, still weak from his burns, turned and limped away. One day, Raksha, he growled, the man cub will be mine. When he was gone, Raksha lay beside Mowgli and whispered, Sleep, my little one. You are safe now. The forest sang its lullaby. The wind moved gently through the trees, and the moon watched over them all. But deep in the shadows, Shere Khan's eyes still burned with anger and revenge. He swore that one day, he would return and that the boy would not escape his claws again. The next morning, Father Wolf called for the pack meeting at the council rock. All the wolves gathered under the full moon. The baby Mowgli sat in Raksha's arms, smiling. Look, whispered one of the wolves, it's a man cub. What is he doing here? Akela, the old and wise leader of the pack, stepped forward. The law of the jungle says the pack must decide. Shere Khan roared from a distance. That man cub is mine. Give him to me. Akela's eyes shone. The cub came here freely. He will not be handed over to fear or hatred. Then a sleek, black shape appeared from the shadows. Bagheera, the panther. He spoke in a calm, deep voice. Brothers of the jungle, I will pay for the man cub's life. He dropped a freshly killed bull before the pack. Let him live among us. I will stand for him. Baloo, the great brown bear, growled kindly. I will teach him the laws of the jungle. Akela nodded slowly. So be it. the man cub shall be accepted into the pack. From that day on, Mowgli was no longer a stranger. He became a wolf in heart and spirit. Baloo began teaching Mowgli the jungle laws, how to speak to every creature, how to listen to the wind. He taught him to climb trees for honey, to fish in the river, and to laugh even in the rain. Bagheera taught him strength and silence, how to move like a shadow and fight when needed. He also reminded Mowgli, "You are a man, not only of the jungle. One day, you must return to your own kind." Mowgli listened, though he didn't understand. To him, the jungle was his only home. Years passed, and Mowgli grew into a strong, clever boy. All animals knew him and loved him. He raced with the wolves, swam with the crocodiles, and played with the elephants. But far away, Shere Khan waited, watching. His heart burned with revenge. One evening, as the sun set, Shere Khan met the younger wolves near the river. He whispered, "Akela is old. He cannot hunt anymore. Why should he lead you?" The young wolves listened. Some nodded. Jealousy began to grow in their hearts. Tabaqui ran between them, spreading Shere Khan's lies like poison. At last, the pack called for a meeting. Shere Khan appeared among them, eyes glowing red. "Akela is weak," he growled. "Make me your leader, and give me the man cub." The pack murmured. Fear filled the air. Akela stood tall but tired. "If you wish me gone," Akela said calmly, "I will go. But Mowgli must be free." The wolves looked away. None dared to speak. Then a dark shape leaped from the rocks. Bagheera. He whispered to Mowgli, "It's time, little brother. Go to the man village. Bring back the red flower." Mowgli's eyes widened. He knew what Bagheera meant: fire. The only thing Shere Khan feared. He looked at his wolf family. "If I must go," he said, "I will not forget you." That night, he hugged Bagheera and Baloo tight. It was the first time he ever cried. Soon, they all fell asleep together on a tree branch, under the stars. But while they slept, a troop of monkeys watched from below, whispering and giggling. "Look, the man cub. Let's take him. He will teach us to rule the forest." Quiet as shadows, the monkeys climbed the tree, grabbed Mowgli, and carried him away into the night. When Baloo and Bagheera woke, Mowgli was gone. They searched, calling his name. "Maybe he went to the man village," said Baloo sadly. "Maybe we have lost him." But high above, flying in the moonlight, was Chill the kite. He saw everything. Mowgli shouted to him in bird language, "Tell Baloo and Bagheera, the monkeys are taking me." The kite circled once, then soared away to deliver the message through the jungle winds. Baloo lifted his great head. "Come on, Bagheera. Our little man cub is in trouble again." They ran together through the dark forest, their hearts full of worry but burning with hope. The monkeys swung through the trees, laughing and shouting as they carried Mowgli away. They moved fast, leaping from branch to branch, deeper into the forest than Mowgli had ever gone. "Stop!" he cried. "Let me go. You don't know what you're doing." But the monkeys only laughed louder. "We'll be the kings of the jungle. You'll teach us your tricks, man cub." They took him to the cold lairs, an old, ruined city hidden deep in the forest. Broken walls and fallen pillars covered the ground. Creepers twisted through empty windows. The monkeys danced among the ruins, chanting, "We are the masters now. We are the free people." Mowgli sat quietly under a broken dome. He felt alone for the first time in his life. Back in the jungle, Baloo and Bagheera were searching for him. Chill, the kite, swooped down and cried, "They've taken him to the cold lairs. Hurry!" Bagheera frowned. "The monkeys are many, and they fight like mad. We can't do this alone." Baloo nodded. "Then we'll find help. Let's ask Kaa, the great python. They found Kaa resting by the river, his long body coiled like a rope of gold and green. Hissed Kaa. Monkey folk, they are noisy and foolish. Why should I help you? Because they have taken our little brother, said Baloo, a man cub, brave and kind. Kaa's eyes glimmered. A man cub, you say? Interesting. I will come. Together they moved toward the cold lairs. The jungle grew darker, the air full of bats and whispers. Inside the ruins, Mowgli tried to reason with the monkeys. You can't rule the jungle by stealing. Silence, shouted the Monkey King. We will rule as we please. Suddenly, Bagheera leapt from the shadows, knocking two monkeys aside. Baloo followed, roaring and swinging his heavy paws, sending monkeys flying in every direction. But there were too many of them. The monkeys climbed walls and rained down stones from above. Hide, Mowgli, shouted Bagheera. Get to the water, quickly. Mowgli dove into a small pond beneath the dome. The water was cold, but he stayed quiet. Baloo struggled as monkeys jumped on him, beating him with sticks. Then a new sound filled the air, a long, deep hiss. Who disturbs my rest? Hissed Kaa. His eyes glowed yellow in the moonlight. The monkeys froze. It's Kaa, the hunger of the jungle, they screamed. Kaa lifted his great head, his body weaving like smoke. Be still, little monkeys. His voice grew soft and slow, like a song. The monkeys began to sway, eyes wide and sleepy. One by one, they fell silent, hypnotized by Kaa's dance. Kaa broke the dome with his tail and uncovered Mowgli hiding below. Ah, hissed Kaa, the man cub. You are safe now, though you do look delicious. Bagheera growled softly. Kaa, leave him, he is under our care. Kaa chuckled. Very well, but remember, the jungle owes me a favor. Then Kaa turned his eyes back to the monkeys, who were still under his spell. He hissed one last time, and the monkeys scrambled away into the dark, terrified. Mowgli climbed out of the pond, dripping wet but smiling. Thank you, Kaa. You saved my life. Be wise next time, little man, Kaa replied. Not all creatures in this jungle are your friends. As dawn broke, Baloo and Bagheera walked Mowgli back through the silent forest. Mowgli looked around one last time. This jungle is my home, he said softly. But maybe it's time to go. Bagheera nodded. You have learned all we can teach. Go and find your own people. Baloo's voice trembled. We'll always be here, little bear. Come back when you miss us. Mowgli hugged them both tightly. His heart was heavy, but his eyes were bright with courage. And so, he turned toward the man's village, where smoke rose gently into the morning sky. Mowgli arrived at the man's village. The people stopped and stared at him, curious and cautious. Who is this child from the forest? They whispered. Is he one of us, or some strange creature? An older woman stepped forward. Come, my child, you may stay with me, she said kindly. Mowgli learned the language of the villagers and helped them with daily work, especially herding cattle. Yet he never forgot the jungle. Bagheera and Baloo often visited him, sharing stories of the forest. One day, a gray wolf arrived at the village, panting and urgent. Mowgli, Shere Khan is hunting the wolves. One by one, he will kill them all, the wolf warned. Mowgli's eyes darkened. He killed my mother, he said quietly. I cannot ignore this. He gathered the cattle and led them toward the canyon where Shere Khan was waiting. Akela, the real leader of the wolf pack, joined him. We will trap him together, she said firmly. Mowgli split the cattle into two groups. Push them in opposite directions, he instructed. I will drive the main herd. The ground trembled as the buffalo charged down the canyon. The walls echoed their furious stomping. Shere Khan looked around, terrified, trying to escape, but the canyon was narrow, with no way out. The buffalo thundered onward, and Shere Khan was tripped, thrown, and crushed under their massive weight. It was over. The enemy of the jungle and the village lay defeated in the mud. Mowgli took Shere Khan's skin and draped it over his shoulders, a sign of victory and courage. All the wolves howled in triumph, celebrating the bravery of Mowgli and the strength of Akela. Akela was honored once more as the leader of the pack, her wisdom restored to all. Mowgli returned to the village, where the woman, Mesua, revealed herself to be his real mother. The jungle and the village lived in peace. Humans and animals respected one another. Mowgli often thought of Bagheera and Baloo, smiling at their lessons and adventures together. Though he now lived among humans, the jungle would always be a part of his heart. The forest and the village thrived side by side, safe from the fear of Shere Khan forever. And so, Mowgli grew strong, wise, and kind, loved by all, in a world where courage and friendship always triumphed. The end. And from that day, the jungle and the village lived happily ever after.